Am I there? Can you hear me?
What's up? What's up?
What's happening? Can you hear
How's it
me?
going, Joe?
You're good.
How you feeling?
Yeah.
Now, come on now.
It's frustrating when you know that one of your abilities you cannot do 100%, and it kind of but the show must go on. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah. Yesterday I had to play last night. It was easy because we're playing inside. Thank God. I was
What?
in Long Island City, New York City, Queens.
Right.
Basically, yeah, it's across the rivers. It's not that far from where I live. It took me about 45 minutes to get there. So and it's an easy gig. It was 6:30 to 9:30. We had a good time. Like I was telling Kathy, it's funny because in the beginning my voice is not coming out, but I keep on doing and had a couple of shots, and
That's what it was.
then it got better.
Yeah.
Get better. It's just I didn't take care of it. That's all.
Did you have a hot toddy?
You know, I didn't ask them because that was an Italian restaurant that I play, and I didn't know that they can make it. But I was just having straight brandy.
There we go.
I
What's
just
your
go easy on me. I just have like straight brandy or vodka or tequila, just straight stuff. I don't go too hard on myself.
Yeah.
What do you have right now?
I have no idea. I have a bottle there of some kind of weird stuff from I don't know if it's Germany or I don't, I'll show it to you later.
Does
It's
it work?
crazy. I had that bottle forever. It's like semi-sweet. It tastes. It's a weird taste. It's like tastes like medicine. So I know it's gonna get me messed up.
It's got to be good if it tastes like medicine.
Well, we appreciate you coming out to to play and
Sure.
sing for us when your throat is sore. And
It doesn't hurt. That's what drives me crazy. If I had a sore throat, okay, but it never hurt.
yeah,
I just lost my voice.
wow, laryngitis. Yeah.
So I tuned the guitar down so I can do it. It's up to you guys, whatever you want to know. I know
Well,
you
Well,
guys know everything already.
you know, one of the things I asked for Joe to talk about a little bit is his work with guitars. I mean, this man has done some amazing custom guitars for guitarists from everywhere. And so I'd love to hear a little bit about the work you do and you've been doing for what, 30 some years? Maybe longer.
I started, well, I worked in music stores all my life until, 2011. That was the last uh, shop that I actually worked. And then I just do some stuff in my house. I'm not a luthier. I don't build, I mean, I can build you a guitar out of parts, an electric guitar, but I'm not a luthier, but I can fix pretty much anything.
Yeah.
I'm very good with electronics, doing frets, broken headstocks, cracks on the body. I mean, that stuff I do. But luthier, usually you give them a trunk of a tree, and they make you a guitar out of that. That's not me. That takes that's first of all it takes a heavy duty machinery to do that, and it's that's a different. I'm basically a guitar tech, and I know a lot about sound, and I can build tube amps. I've been in the business for 50 years or more. I mean, I started playing guitar in 1966, but I've worked in music stores since the 70s, and I've seen it all, and yeah, you learn, you pick up stuff here and there, and watching other people. When I first moved to New York, I was 20 years old. I moved to the Bronx. Uh, I used to go to 48th Street and hang out there, of course. And I used to go to I think it was the third floor of Alex X. That was the name of the store. And there was an old Italian guy. There's a couple of guys, but one of them, the owner of the place, the shop, his name was Carlo Greco. And I used to go and just watch him. And I asked him, can I stand here and just watch? Oh yeah, see, yeah, and nice, not a problem. And he told me, do this when you take the frets out. You do this when you put them in, bend them. Clean the fretboard, make it straight. He told me some things, you know, uh, and everything stays here. So I try with, like to try with your own guitars first, and screw up some guitars, and eventually you get better. But that's what basically. But my main profession is playing music. I just do the guitar thing, on the side, to have some pocket change.
You bet. It's kind of good to have two gigs when you're a musician. I know that one well.
Yeah, and I work on my motorcycles too. I do. I can restore a motor in a second. That's not a problem. I got 3 motorcycles.
Damn it.
Shame on me. Anyway,
What do you feel like playing tonight?
but I mean, I was going to do a couple of my songs and then do some covers. Whatever is easier on my voice.
Hmm.
So let me just warm up with something.
Cool.
This is Jimmy Reed. This is not the stuff that we play in Puerto Rico, by the way. But actually, I started playing blues. It was like second-hand blues, what we call it in Puerto Rico. I was, I like everybody else my age. I grew up with Clapton, Hendrix, Allman Brothers. We used to do a lot of that stuff. So that's my first taste of the blues, believe it or not. And then eventually I went into the real deal. I mean, after those guys, I started listening to, B.B. King and Albert King and stuff like that. But then I went to the real deal. When I moved to Florida, I started playing with some cats, like, heavy duty cats. They said, no, you gotta listen to this guy. So that's how I got into it. And I've been doing it forever. So. I heard you leaving me, baby, that you won't be back. That would be the end of me, 'cause I have a heart attack. And get some insurance on me, baby. Take out some insurance on me, baby. If you ever say goodbye, I'm going home right off and die. Darling, I will love as long as I got breath. You with more, I know, sweetheart, it'll worry me to death. Get some insurance on me, baby. I take out some insurance, baby. If you ever say goodbye, I'm going home right off and die. I don't get no sick, no accidents, let myself do. I second beat and if got any sense, taking him and take a pen line on me. You don't know me, baby, like I know myself. I don't believe that you should give love to someone else and get some insurance on me, baby. I take out some insurance on me, baby. If you ever say goodbye, I'm gonna hop right off and die. It's got to short a little bit because no sense to start playing. Oh. So
Well,
how's it sound over there?
I'll tell
Sounds
you what.
good.
If that's your voice hurting,
I know.
I'd love to have your hurt voice. Give me that.
Yeah. Yeah, but then you hear my accent and then it doesn't sound right. I had that all my life, but I don't care anymore. I'm 65 years old. I've been playing for 50 years.
Man, you got the right accent. I get to spend a lot of time in South America, and I'm trying super hard to learn Spanish. And man, it's a challenge.
Get a Spanish girlfriend, but you gotta watch it. You can't be unfaithful because They're they're hot tamales, my friend.
No, I'm good. I'm married. I'm fine.
Oh, you
I'm
married? It's all
I've
good.
got everything's fine here.
Yeah, yeah,
Man, when you first play guitar, how'd you get a guitar?
yeah. I'm not ashamed of saying it. Well, okay. Let's start since the
I,
first I start getting into American music. My father was in the army. My two uncles were in the navy. And one of my uncles, the youngest one, my youngest father, my father's brother, the youngest one, he used to take me. He was young, like 18, 19, whatever. So he used to take me every Saturday to the Navy base because they had great swimming pools there. And I was tiny, 4 years old, 3, 4 years old, 5 years old. I would be in the Navy base every Saturday. He was working on the side as a lifeguard. And what do I hear? It's American music, my friend. They had the radio cranking with whatever 50s. It was in the 50s. So anything from Elvis to Chuck Berry to so you name it. So it's this is the what is really true. You know what I did to my son? I have a son who's 44 years old, probably like legal age. When he was a baby, I used to put headphones with jazz just for him to go to sleep. When he was like newborn, jazz, 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 because that's all I hear. Listen to most of it. Guess what? You know what he plays? He plays jazz. The jazz
Hmm,
guitar player.
right.
So since I was a kid, I was listening to American music, rock and roll, all that stuff. So let's take a break. Then in 1964, this is what is funny. In 1964, my father bought a brand new Chevrolet Biscayne. I remember. I can close my eye and smell the plastic, the seats. You know when they back then they used to put like a clear plastic over the seats when they brought brand new cars and the sticker. So he got home. There was still plastic on the seats and the smell of a new car. Okay, let's eat and we're gonna go to the movies. We all eat and we go in the car. He takes us to the drive-in in Puerto Rico. They were playing the Beatles' "Hard Day's Night." I was 9 years old,
Damn.
and I saw freaking Harrison and Lennon, but Harrison with that Rickenbacker, and you know, and all the songs, and just as the guitar and this, you know, it hit me like a brick. And I said, even when I was 9 years old, I said, that's what I want to do. I want to play guitar. So eventually, my father, when I was 11, my father bought me my first guitar. And then it was a Silvertone acoustic, cheap, whatever. And he got me a teacher, but I took about maybe 6 lessons because they wanted me to play with the thumb back then, and I wish I stuck to that, and I did it. And a thumb pick, like, and I said, hell no. No, I want to play beaters, man. I want to play whatever, rock. So I took about 6 lessons, learning, the major chord and minors, and then I quit. And I told my dad, I want an electric guitar. So he went to Sears and got me a beautiful Silvertone blue guitar, Silvertone. I don't know the model. And it was a Tesco guitar and a Silvertone amp. I was in the Boy Scouts. I was doing push-ups on Saturday morning. He got to around 12, and he called me. Come here. I want to show you something. So he opened the trunk. There's a box of guitar. I opened the box. I told the guys, I gotta go. I gotta go. So I went home and I tuned it. I started playing, and from there on, within within a month, I was already in a band. I wasn't playing good. I was just playing rhythm. I remember that we used to play a theme song for the band. It was, and I couldn't change that fast. I would.
I was gonna say you better not have been.
No, I couldn't play it. But But they kept me in the band because I had a brand new guitar and a brand new amp, and the guitar had a vibrato. So then the son of a gun, oh, lead player, oh, let me play yours, and
Uh, oh damn.
but anyway, hey, listen, and I play, and I stuck with that band, um, and we played for a minute. We were three guitar players, no bass. Then the other guitar player um, got a bass. His father bought him a Hofner, like Paul McCartney, and then we hired a singer, really good singer, good looking guy. It was like the Puerto Rican, Jim Morrison kind of guy.
Right.
All the girls going crazy about him, and we're doing some, house parties, auditoriums, school auditoriums. No, nothing. But that kid, unfortunately, he borrowed a motorcycle from his girlfriend's brother. One of the Kawasaki's, fast. He killed himself on the bike. So that was that with that band. Then I didn't play for a minute, a couple of years. I was just at my house trying to become better, playing with the records and and clap. And I was playing like Cream and that kind of stuff. I got a Hendrix, but then Santana came out, and my father brought me the first Santana record. He said, "Listen to this," and I just blew my mind. I said, "Okay." So then eventually I told I need to get I want to get a better guitar. So my father bought me a Gibson. He bought me the SG
Damn.
Carlos. So and from there on I just kept on playing. I never studied music. You know I can't read music. I mean I read maybe some charts and really badly, but I never really studied music, and I just never stopped playing. I started playing even when I was in high school. 11th grade, I was already 11, by the end of 11th grade to 12th grade, I was already playing like in clubs. I think I was really young, like 16, and I don't know. I just kept on playing.
Man, it's incredible you had a dad that had that foresight to.
Yeah, he died. He died young. He died. He was 59, 60 when he died. It's a long story. I don't want to talk about my family. I don't have a family anymore. I have one sister, and I have two daughters and a son and granddaughters and many wives, ex-wives.
Damn it.
Two ex-wives and one wife. But many ex-girlfriends. But yeah, I mean, we had a really tight family, but we were not healthy. They all either cancer or lupus or my father with the heart and everything. Just everybody died, man.
Well, I'll tell you what, you look amazing. I'm not even gonna ask how old you are. You named a bunch of dates. I'm like, there's no way.
65.
Oh, damn you.
65.
I'm jealous of you.
Mm. But I played in Puerto Rico up until 75 to 76. Then I moved to Manhattan, not to the Bronx, of course. And I was there for almost 2 years. And my first wife, I went there to get married. And my first wife she hated the cold. She didn't want to be here. So, oh, when I went to the Bronx, I started working as a mechanic, car mechanic. My first job, I couldn't even speak English very good. Just whatever you learn in school. So I got a job washing dishes. And I said, forget this. So we went to a garage around the corner, and they were looking for a mechanic. I said, man, I work on. So they hired me, so I work as a mechanic. But I kept on going to the restaurant that I previously was working. So there was a band leader that used to go there very often. And the guys in the restaurant said, oh, this guy, that guy over there, he's a guitar player. I said, really? Because I'm looking for a guitar player. But it was this for a big band, like 10-piece band orchestra. So I said, he told me, go to this place, 14th Street, and audition. So I went there. There was about 4 or 5 guitar players. Oh, okay, go. See you later. We call you. They got me. I got the gig. So I played with that band for, they were playing all over, man, like big ballrooms. We were opening for like, not opening, but you don't say opening back then. Sharing the bill. We're sharing. We're playing with Tito Puente, uh, Eddie Palmieri, Charlie Palmieri, Cortijo, El Gran Combo, all these big groups, famous groups, and they made a lot of really great musicians. And then I play in the club. I don't know if you heard of Fania All Stars, but the director of Fania All Stars, the All Stars was like a big show with all the best, the cream of the cream of all the best musicians, Latin music. And there was some American guys there. So the director saw me play. But in the Fania, they had Carlos Santana's brother, Jorge Santana. He was playing guitar. But he was not doing good. He was not showing up, falling asleep. So the guy said, "Listen, man, I really like the way you play, and I want you to be with Fania." You know what I told him? I told him, "Hell no, man. I came to New York. I want to play rock." I would have, man, whatever. So I didn't get that gig. Eventually, I went back to PR because my wife didn't like it here. So then I stayed in PR until 1980. But while I was there, I played country, for 2 years. So it was great because I learned a lot from country music. Then I put a really good rock band, and we play a lot of, we were playing they used us to open all the shows, the big shows, in the stadium and the Coliseum, like we play, Peter Frampton, Rick Derringer, Pat Travers, Judas Priest, Cyndi Lauper. I mean, we were always opening the shows for everybody, and eventually, Puerto Rico's very small. Eventually you get burned out, saturated. So I had to leave. So I eventually left, but I didn't have anybody in New York. I have friends in Florida, so I moved to Miami, and I stayed with a friend of mine. And over there, I got the job in a music store in Miami, and that's when I started. The guy said, "What is it? Well, I really need somebody working on the guitars." I said, "Oh yeah, sure, I do." I didn't know anything. I didn't know how to work on a guitar, but he was a nice guy. I mean, not heavy work, just set it up, the neck, and just easy stuff. Not. So I learned, and he was guiding me. And while I was there, I started playing, of course, and I had long hair and everything, but I wasn't quite the type of rock and roll that was going on in 1980. It was all like hair bands, like Poison, and that kind of, I don't look like I didn't. So I tried to play rock for a minute, and all I got was like bars and corner bars, biker bars, and nothing. So then I said, then I went. Oh, I went to a place called Tobacco Road in Miami. Tobacco Road. It was a straight blues club. I mean, incredible. And I saw these cats playing blues, and I said, shit, man, that's what I want to do. I love it. And from there on, I just got hooked, and I started playing. I started just looking for blues. It was not much blues in 1980 down there. There was one club there, and maybe one club in Fort Lauderdale. That's about it. But then they started opening clubs. Then I got hired by this lady, Big Mama Blue, excellent singer, and she passed away. And I learned a lot. Hanging out with guys, watching bands. I hear the songs. Sometimes I record it, sometimes I think, man, what song is that? And they tell me. So then I go on and find it, and then I learn it. Of course, you copy when you're starting. You copying somebody else's repertoire. So that's how I started playing blues. And I was there for 9 years, and then eventually I said, you know what? I'm done. I'm going to New York. And
Back
then
to
I
New
moved
York.
here, and this is funny. When I got here in 1980, I got a job at Sam Ash. I worked there maybe 1.5 months on 48th Street. I went to a blues jam in Manhattan, and I got hooked again. And I immediately got hired by this guy. He was playing like almost every night. The rest is history. I never looked back. I quit Sam Ash, and I said,
Got to go.
bye. I just kept on playing. Great.
Man, I'd love to hear you play whatever's on your mind right now.
Yeah. Let me see. Don't let me down, baby. Don't turn your back on me. Don't turn your back on me, woman. Don't turn your back on me. I'm not doing so good today, but don't you let me be. Don't turn your back on me, woman. Don't call the police on me. Don't turn your back on me, woman. Don't call the police on me. I don't need nothing from you. Just need a little place to live. Get cash on all my things. You change the locks on the door. You got another man on my bed. You messing with my head. Don't turn me back on me, baby. Don't turn me back on me. And I'm not doing so good today. But don't you let me be. How can you do this to me, baby? How can you treat me this way? How can you do this to me, woman? How can you treat me this way? I've been nothing but good to you, but someday you're gonna pay.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I
How?
wrote that a long time ago. The lyrics, I forget my own lyrics.
I know that one well.
Yeah.
You know what's cool is that there's a lot of people that can play technical blues,
Mm.
but it seems like I don't want to make a a sweeping statement, but a lot of them don't have the soul.
Oh,
And to hear you go through those things, all those really they're complicated changes, but you make them so soulful,
oh, thank you.
feel so strong that
I'm not an acoustic guitar player. I just want you to know. I have to cheat. I put electric guitar strings, but these are 12s, but they're jazz guitar strings. I'm not acoustic.
they're flat wounds.
No, they're not flat,
Okay.
but they're round, but they're 12s. But I mean, I enjoy playing acoustic these days. Because of the pandemic, uh, when it was still warm, I was playing like every day in the porch, and I enjoy. I said, you know what? This is really cool, and I enjoy it now. I'm one of Hendrix was my god. It was like
Yeah.
Hendrix and Clapton, Cream. That's where I come from. And Robin Trower, Johnny Winter. In fact,
Yeah.
we became not friends, but we know each other, and he used to come. He came to see me a few times. So I'm that kind of guitar player, or was. I'm not that good. I'm just like I'm an electric. I used to play with my teeth and behind my back and throw myself. You know, surrender, throw myself on the floor. But I don't know, man. Maybe I'm getting old, so now I enjoy this. It's great.
Man, it's
Who's
super
Maine,
soulful.
Pennsylvania?
It's super soulful. It's
Yeah, thank
funny.
you.
I I got lucky, and my first two records I ever bought. I bought a cassette of Robin Trower. Had no idea who he was. I just got lucky and bought it. And I bought a Kiss album.
That one,
Yeah, it was an accident.
I,
I made a mistake.
listen, I have one of my best friends. This lady's crazy about Kiss, so
But the wild thing is, I have a neighbor who plays jazz, and I had him come to the studio so I could let him play some stuff. And I was showing him my B3 and the Leslie cabinets, and I played
They have a
guitar
beat.
through it. Yeah, yeah. And I let him hear it. And he said, "Hey, I got this pedal from the '60s. I know you like the Leslie thing. Maybe you like it. I didn't like it." And he brought me by. He gave it to me. It's a Univibe
Oh,
from Japan. He gave it to me, and I
oh,
didn't. And I heard the sound. I was like, "Damn it, that's that Robin Trower sound."
Hendrix before
Yeah,
you knew
sure.
Hendrix.
Yeah, so I have one. So when you come town,
It's
you
a
come
lot of
hang out with
money.
me in the studio. Yeah, I know. I can't sell it because he gave it to me. I wouldn't do it to him. And I want it too.
I have one, and I tell you, you know what? When I left PR, I left it with my mother's house. In my mother's house, it wasn't working right, but still, she threw it out.
Damn it. Ouch.
But Hendrix, well, when he did the national anthem in Woodstock, listen to him.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
The Univibe.
When I hear it now, I know what it is.
Oh man.
I opened it up. Did you open yours up? There's nothing in there. It's like,
No,
it's a
and the transistors are really big and they go bad. But it is what it is.
it's funky and it's cool.
A lot of money now. Let me do one more. Let me do another with the slide. Let's see if
Please.
I can do it. Hold on a second. Hey, trust me, I had all kinds of. In Puerto Rico, we had really good stuff. I don't know what happened to that stuff, but we have, really great guitars and blackface amps. I even had over there. I came across a plexiglass Marshall 45.
Oh,
I burned it because I didn't know nothing. I was 18 years old, and it was burning fuses, probably back too. And I went to my truck. I had a Dodge van. I went to the van and I pulled out one of the fuses. It was like a 15 or 20 amp fuse. I put it there, man, and we started playing. And all of a sudden, smoke. You know how much that head is now? About 5 grand.
how many
For that.
watts?
It was a 45 watt, but it was an early plexiglass
Oh, damn.
45 watt. Everybody goes crazy for those. They're
Yeah.
about 5 grand. It is what it is, man. This guitar is loud. Uh, this is one that I wrote for my second ex-wife. Well, you fight too much, just like the rain. Well, might you fight too much? It's just like the rain. You fight too much. Why can't you give it a rest? You made me this way. Why try to change me now? You made me this way. Why try to change me now? You got what you asked for. Now you throw me out. Yes, you fight too much. You jump to the wind. You fight too much. You jump to the red. You fight too much. Why can't you give it a rest? that's one of the, yeah, that's like a filler, but I figure I can sing in G better than other keys. I'm
That's a
gonna, I'm gonna,
beautiful guitar.
oh, thank you.
Beautiful.
I had to tune down. It doesn't sound. You have to tune in, or use really heavy strings, and then it sound better. But it do the job for now. But when I get better, then I tune it back up, to I'm tuning.
For your
I
voice.
usually tune at 8440, but today I'm at half step down because of my voice.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Nice.
Mhm. Let me get my other. So yeah, and I guess I've been lucky, man, because there's so many great players everywhere, you know, especially in the big cities. But like I tell people, doesn't matter if you're a blues musician, if you're a rock musician, if you whatever, man. This is a business. And
Hmm.
you gotta be polite. You gotta dress nice. You gotta take showers before you go to the gig and smell good. Put cologne on. Put load the deodorant. Clean your shoes. Like uh, what was that? James Brown. He was very particular with that. New York guys, for most part, and well, no, I shouldn't say that, but because they probably listen to me. But a lot of the cats are, especially cat that like all ex rock and roll players, they just don't get it, man. And the thing is, we might do a dive, some bar that is dirty. All back in the days, there's nothing like that in New York anymore. Back then, okay, you might do that gig and it's cool. Okay, wear dirty sneakers and a dirty shirt and smell. That's fine. I'm not going to go close to you. You want to smell, or you want to smell, it's fine. I'm going to be on the other side. But then the next night, we might be playing in a hotel, you know, in a wedding, or or some kind of cocktail party. So
Yeah.
you have to, you can't be wearing the same thing that you've been wearing for the whole week, or for 2 weeks, or 3 weeks, and go and play in a hotel, in a cocktail party for a wedding. It doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
But
That's
I know how to. Depends on the gig. I dress that part. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I'm polite when I see like some people are very, you know, whatever. So you have to don't say nothing. Oh, sorry, yeah, sure. What do you want me? Okay,
Yeah.
quiet. Somebody think the volume. Play quiet. Oh, I can hear the band. Bring it up. I love it when I said bring it up. Oh, great. But when they come to me and say, oh, it's too loud, that's just no good. That just because right there you already pissed them off. They don't get pissed
Yeah.
off if they cannot hear you. They get pissed off when you're too loud. If
Right.
you're too loud, they already like upset. You guys are too loud, man. You gotta bring it down. Ouch. That's just no good, man. From there on, it goes down the hill. So I kind of those are things that I really watch, man, and that's why I always play and I always have a gig.
Yep.
Not the best, but I sound good. I don't make noise. I don't make. If I drink something, I eat something, I pick up, I clean,
Hmm.
I put the things back to where it's supposed to be. That's the other. Actually, it's more. It's as important as being good.
You know what? It's a psychology of it. I mean, you have
It's
to
a
be
business.
good. You have to have good rhythm, all those things, of course. But you're right. You can't show up to a gig like you might have been going to buy bread or something. You know,
Exactly.
the people came to see something.
Exactly. So talking about it, so I play so many clubs in New York. I mean, I play all the major blues clubs. When I first started playing, it was a dive. This was a dive, but to me that was the best blues club in New York. I love it there. It was like my family, and we were all like tight. Like I play one night, the other guy play the next night. I'm there the next night, and so on. And it was great. It was called Dan Lynch's. Dan Lynch's was on Second Avenue on 14th Street, and it was there for a long time since the 70s. And that was a real New York. It was like a Chicago dive kind of bar, like that. It was great. And then they opened another one on St. Mark's, and I did a jam there for a while. And And then I play Chicago Blues. You know, there was a club called Chicago Blues. Manny's Car Wash. I play BB King when they first started, when they first opened on 42nd Street. I was one of the first bands. They didn't even have a stage or a PA. I had to bring a PA. And the cops are coming to 42nd Street. They're coming on the horse. And, well, you can park there. He said, I got to work. Well, you got 1 minute. So I'm running down the stairs with the PA system, the guitar amp, the guitar. It's crazy. And I play there until they close. And I basically play most of the blues clubs in New York, if not all of them. And then I play on Blicker. You know Blicker Street?
I know it well. Yeah.
Yeah, Blicker. There was a point. Check this out. There was a time in the '90s where on Thompson there was a place called Mondo County. I played there. On Blicker, Mondo Perso, Kenny's Castaways, Back Fence, Red Lion, Terra Blues, just within 2 blocks.
Yep.
We were playing in the '90s. We were playing every night. It's great, and I play blues. Not a problem.
That's incredible. That was my first experience in New York. Drove there 4 hours. Wanted to park the car, and there was a guy sitting right in front of the club. I think it was the bitter end. No, it wasn't the bitter end. It was the living room.
Back fence?
It was the living room.
Uh,
And there's a car parked right in front. I knew he was going to leave, but he wouldn't leave. So I drove like 7 blocks, parked, ran to the club. As soon as I got to the club with all my stuff, like you're talking about, he moved. It's like had to go right to the stage and play. But that's New York. You got to have it together. I know it's been amazing for you to just have to get it together because there's so many people vying for your job. Well, man,
it's a crying shame. There's not. The other night, well, I played Wednesday night. I play until 9:30 in Queens, and then I go. When I get out of Queens, I always go to the Williamsburg, and then I go to not Chinatown, but Delancey, and then I cross around there just to see what's going on. I go to the Village, 10, nothing, zero, no one person, no clubs, nobody. You look at the clubs, they're all dark. It just it looks like it's the end of the world.
ugh.
Crazy. It sucks. It's
It's
very
crazy
sad.
everywhere, man. I'm actually impressed with the way we're able to handle this right now. I was talking to Fiona about this too. Like, we're used to being on the road, we're used to traveling, we're used to everybody. No matter what your job is, you're used to doing something you're not doing right now. I'm impressed by what we're able to handle as people. You know?
Well, at least you do this. You're a studio. You're an
Yeah,
engineer, right?
yeah,
There you go.
yeah. That's why I hid the whole pandemic. I've been in here. If you need a place to hide, come hang with me.
And you play what's your main instrument?
Guitar,
Oh,
yeah, and blues. You know.
yeah. So well, just do what I did for a minute. I was just drinking and not drink, but I was just going in my porch and I grab a guitar and turn the Facebook and start playing. And people, Joe, how can we tip you? And I didn't know how to do it. Oh, you got Venmo. So what the hell is Venmo? So then I finally asked some people, oh yeah, so then I put it there. Man, there's guys that send me $100, not only once or two, like 2 or 3
Yeah.
times. And I told, dude, no, don't, because they're friends. And people that don't do that, man. I mean, I appreciate it, but don't send me $100. 20 is fine. $10 is fine. $20. Don't send me $100. Oh no, it's okay. You deserve it. And I'm like, I can't get shy about that.
I know it's hard to take money. I think it's a musician thing. Like we're so used to
Yeah.
having to struggle for it that when someone wants to give it to us, it doesn't feel right.
But I was doing really bad, like around June, July, May, June, July. There was no money coming in from anywhere. No good.
Yeah.
And I started trying to sell my stuff.
Ah.
Yeah. I sold some of my gear, but it's okay. It's all good. Anyway,
So
anything you only want?
what's your Venmo?
No, you don't want to send me money. No,
No.
hell no.
Well, you know what you can do for us?
You and my friends.
If
That's
if
good.
you do if you do another Facebook thing, give Kathy your information,
I
and
will.
we'll certainly help you out.
I
Get it
will.
to you
Yeah,
because
we'll put it on Facebook.
I will. No, I'm good. I play Wednesday night. Yesterday. Yeah, Wednesday night. I made 140 bucks
we'll
and
take that.
140 for my bass player
We'll take it.
in a restaurant for 3 hours. That's not bad.
Uh-uh,
That's not bad.
not at
What is
all.
it? My wife is working.
Cool.
Thanks. But when I go online, I put it in somebody. But I don't, don't. It's all good.
Well, man,
Okay.
I'm not a person that cares too much about age because you just got to be yourself. And I'll from the outside looking in, dude, you look incredible. You sound incredible. I know you're saying your voice is bad, but I haven't heard a
Please.
thing. I if it gets better than that, it's unbelievable.
No, thank you.
Would you mind playing one more song for us?
Yeah, sure. Let's see, I have a list. I know so many songs. Let's see. Maybe I can play something like let me play in C. I think C is gonna be good. 1, 2. Can you believe this clip? I don't know what's going on. This microphone. This is a Sennheiser. Actually, this is pretty good. It's too high, too much highs, but it doesn't fit in my clip. From phone to lane, I would wring my hand and cry. From phone to lane, I would wring my hand and cry. I believe to my soul, your daddy's gone or died. From Memphis to Norfolk, it's a 36-hour drive. From Memphis to Norfolk, it's a 36-hour ride. And I'm like a prisoner, I'm never satisfied. Everybody like a prisoner, always a man rambling through a drum. Everybody like a prisoner, always a man rambling through a drum. There so many men to wear an apron all over wrong. From forum to late, she got with a no good born chair clown. From forum to late, she got with a no good born chair clown. She will do anything but put a good reputation down. When I leave this town, I'm gonna wish you farewell. When I leave this town, I'm gonna wish you farewell. When I return again, you'll have a great long story to tell. That's a
Yeah.
Robert Johnson tune, but I copy some of the arrangement from Clapton Cream. Just check out the Cream version. It takes him like, I learned that in the 60s, I imagine.
Damn it. Super, super cool, man. Very nice to hear you. Almost live and in person. Definitely live. Almost in person. Man, thank you
Yeah,
so
one of those guys, I refuse to die.
It looks like you got a whole other life to live. We're good with that.
I hope so.